What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Broken Ranks. I'm here with somebody different today. I've got Cody. He is actually the first person I ever played Warhammer against that was not Aaron. So I don't even know if you know that, but that is a fact. So one of the OGs. He's brought his Sylvaneth to play against my Lumineth here. A classic matchup. One that goes back...
Our very first one.
Yes, back in the ages of time, when I first started playing. So really excited for this match and to get him on the channel finally. If you want to check him out, he's at Cody's Miniature Art on Instagram. He does commissions and stuff, so really good painter. We don't have good shots today because my cameras suck, but...
You can just trust me.
Yeah, you can trust me, not him.
Yeah.
He's gonna say he's good, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah. So... That being said, we have today, like I said, the Lumineth versus Sylvaneth match. I've got the battle plan set up here. It's in the presence of idols. So this is the one with 3 objectives, 1, 2, and more. And you get to choose 3 units on the turf that are your idol units. When you kill another idol unit, you get an extra VP. So pretty simple, nothing too crazy there. I guess we can kind of walk into my list right now real quick. I have a little bit different of a Lumineth list than I typically take. I painted up a few minis that I wanted to get on the table. So I have the Wind Boys over here. I've got a Fox, not Severeth, just the Wind Spirit. And then I have the Wind Mage on the Cloud. He has the 5-up ward artifact. I have Teclis as usual. He will be not my general this round. Actually, the Wind Spirit is my general. So trying to get some bonus points there with some kills. And then I have in the shrine the painting the paper guy. He is in the shrine basically just because I had extra points and he fit there, and I just painted him. So that's why he's here. 2 units of Wardens and a block of 20 Sentinels. We're playing post kind of Sentinel nerf, so they need line of sight now, and they only are 24-inch range. So a little bit less valuable than they once were, but I still think they're a good include. With all that being said, I'm playing as Helon, so I can use a command point at the end of the combat phase to retreat. Which is great, and anything that is in combat with me, essentially, my bow guys will get an extra shot. So that's what that sub-faction does. Other than that, that's my list. Cody, you want to take us through yours?
Yeah, sure. First off, hello everyone. It's an honor to be here on the Broken Ranks channel. I am running a Winterleaf list, which is basically slightly ripped off from a player who is much better than me.
We love that.
Yeah. You know, trying to keep it original, but you know, don't want to think too much. So for Winterleaf, for those who are not aware of it, basically it's a sub-faction where if you are within 3 inches of any of my units, you cannot retreat. I'm not going to go too much into my list. It's pretty straightforward, but we have Durthu, we have the Warsong Revenant with the Tree Song spell, and then Durthu is rocking the Warsinger battle trait, command trait. Basically gives anyone wholly within 12 an extra 3 inches to their movement.
Cool.
In addition to my 1 spell on the Warsong, I'm also rocking the Spite Swarm Hive, which is essential to most Sylvaneth lists right now. Getting the +3 to move and charge, super good. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I don't know the rules for this, but if I use my Helon command ability to retreat at the end of combat, does that override the Winterleaf cannot retreat?
No, you cannot. You cannot retreat. Cannot retreat. Yes.
Well, there we go.
I didn't tailor the list, I swear.
This guy, he actually sent his list before me, so it's on me for not tailoring my list, I think. So cool. Well, that stinks, but it is what it is. So you were much less drops than me. One more thing to note on mine, I do have a Purple Sun and the Spell Portal. So for endless spells, I took those. What do you want to do? You get to choose whether or not I go first or you go first.
I'm going to give you first turn.
Okay, we like that. What are you going to do for taking a proving ground? Do you want to choose that?
Let's see. I'll do. No, I won't.
All right, no proving ground, and I get the first turn. So I think we covered about everything. Into Lumineth, turn 1.
Okay.
The Lumineth idols are Teclis, the Spirit of the Wind, and the Sentinels. The Sylvaneth idols are Durthu, the Spite Rider Lancers, and the Warsong Revenant. Durthu fails heroic leadership. Teclis fails heroic leadership. The Wind Mage casts Mystic Shield on the Sentinels for +1 to save rolls. The Sentinels cast Power of Heesh. The front line of Wardens fail to cast a Purple Sun. The lower unit of Wardens cast a Spell Portal. The Caligrave casts Speed of Heesh. Teclis casts Transportation Vortex on the Wardens. Teclis casts Protection of Teclis. Teclis casts Total Eclipse. Teclis casts Storm of Searing White Light. Storm of Searing White Light deals 2 mortals to the Kurnoth Hunters, 4 mortals to the Tree Lord, 2 mortals to the Warsong Revenant, 4 mortals to Durthu, and 2 mortals to the Kurnoths with swords. Teclis moves onto the bottom right objective. The Wind Mage and the Spirit of the Wind move onto the top left objective. The Spirit of the Wind shoots into the Tree Lord, dealing 2 damage. At the end of shooting, the Spirit of the Wind moves onto the center objective. No models run in Battle Shock. At the end of the turn, the Lumineth succeed their battle tactic of against all odds and hold 1, 2, and more objectives for 5 points.
Okay, so end of Lumineth, turn 1. Kind of good. I think that was pretty successful. I took against all odds. I grabbed all of the objectives. So I got against all odds. I got my 5 points. Moved Teclis where I wanted him. Kind of set them all up so everything's within the 5-inch ward bubble. These 2 guys have their wards, so they're safe over there regardless. Didn't get off a couple spells. I didn't get the sun off, which was rough. And overall, I'm in a decent place. I'm kind of on top of Cody's overgrown terrain. So that's good there because you can't bring people in right within 9 of that.
Yes.
So,
yep. Can I teleport to them? So very good there.
And then I basically just did a bunch of mortal wounds with Teclis, which he kind of popped off. He did some damage. And then I shot into the Tree Lord, which I wasn't actually planning to do that, but he took so much damage from the mortal wound spell that I was like, let's just keep shooting him down. Whiffed a ton of shots with Severeth though, or the not Severeth Wind Spirit. So only did 2 damage to him with that, but overall, good turn. I'm positioned in a way where I think it's going to be hard for Cody to actually get onto any of the objectives without kind of extending himself into a place that I want him to be. So, overall good turn there. What are your thoughts?
No, it's going to be an interesting first turn for me. The Teclis Mortal Wound Bomb definitely did a number on me. I think Sylvaneth, They got enough tricks in their bags.
They're robust enough to take a couple mortals, I think. And I think the one thing with Sylvaneth too is like spread damage to you isn't the biggest deal.
Yes, I will be healing.
Tons of damage into one unit, killing them, that's where it gets to be an issue. And you've got teleporting and I think you're fine. I'm pretty exposed as well in a lot of ways. So we will see what happens here. So into your turn one.
Yep.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is against all odds. The Sylvaneth army heals wounds across the board. Durthu fails heroic recovery. The Spirit of the Wind uses Finest Hour. Teclis removes the spell portal. The Warsong Revenant casts a Wildwood, but is unbound. The Warsong Revenant casts Spiteswarm Hive, but is unbound. The Warsong Revenant casts Mystic Shield on Durthu, but is unbound. The Spite Rider Lancers run 4 inches on top of the left objective. The Tree Lord teleports onto the right side of the map. The Kurnoth Hunters with bows move. The Wind Spirit redeploys 5 inches. The Kurnoths with swords move up. Durthu moves up. The Dryads reposition. The Tree Reverends teleport back. The Kurnoth Hunters with bows shoot into the Spirit of the Wind. The Spirit of the Wind uses all-out defense. The Hunters deal 1 damage. Durthu shoots into the Spirit of the Wind. Durthu deals 2 damage. The Tree Lord shoots into the Wardens on the right side of the map. The Tree Lord deals 0 damage. The Wind Spirit moves at the end of the shooting phase, and the Tree Lord charges into the Wardens. The Wardens drop a potion on the Tree Lord, dealing 2 damage. The Tree Lord swings into the Wardens, and the Wardens use all-out defense. The Tree Lord deals no damage to the Wardens. The Tree Lord strikes and fades. The Sylvaneth succeed their battle tactic against all odds, and hold 1, 2, and more objectives, for a total of 5 points.
All right, so turn 2 for the Sylvaneth. Not very...
Turn 1.
Turn 1, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. There was so much action not happening that it felt like turn 2, I guess. I don't know. Basically, wasn't really able to do any damage. I picked against all odds for my tactic, which I was able to take with the Spite Rider Lancers over here. Tree Lord was able to make a charge off, did a whopping 0 damage, and then ran away through the trees. But I still got my tactic. I got my 5 points. So even though I didn't kill anything, it's not too crucial. And I'm set up pretty well if I don't get priority next battle round. But so yeah, I'm feeling fine. All my spells also were unbound, which is the normal life of a Sylvaneth player. So no big deal there. And yeah, interesting to see what happens next.
I actually just feel like it's the normal life of playing against me, who literally just plays heroes that have crazy magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was it's funny. It was a good turn, but like it just feels like nothing is happening.
Yes. Yeah.
I made some mistakes on my end with like moving him around and in the like, but overall, I think I probably could have prevented you maybe getting this middle objective. But I didn't, so that's rough on me. Also, my dice are hot, so they're hot. I'm warding everything right now, so just yeah.
Let's see. Maybe
we'll
I'll
see
get
if
some
this
lucky
continues
ones.
into the game.
Yeah.
But yeah. So into the priority roll for turn 2.
Yep. Let's get it.
Is this dice going to be hot? That's a 2.
That's a 4.
All right, what do you want?
Why not? I'll take it.
All right,
I'll
the double,
take it.
into the double.
I'll take it.
All righty, so I get to choose the Proving Ground. I will... Do I want to do that? I think I'm going to make... You've already got control of those, so really there's going to be no effect if I choose it. But I do want to just kind of get rid of one, kind of. I will make... I'll leave it. No Proving Ground.
All right.
All right, so into turn 2, Sylvaneth.
All right.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is gaining momentum, and the target is the Wind Mage. Durthu heals to full with heroic recovery, and the Wind Mage uses its finest hour. The Warsong Revenant fails to cast a Wildwood, but successfully casts a Spitesworm Hive, and then is unbound. The Warsong Revenant casts Mystic Shield on Durthu. The Spite Rider Lances move towards the Wind Mage, and the Wind Mage redeploys 5 inches. The Kurnoth Hunters move on to the objective at the top left, and the Dryads, Tree Lord, and Durthu all move towards the Wardens. The Kurnoth Hunters shoot into the Wind Mage. The Wind Mage uses all-out defense and pops his Aether Quartz. In total, the Hunters deal 2 damage after wards. Durthu shoots into the Wardens, killing 5. The Spirit of the Wind moves at the end of the shooting phase. The Kurnoths with swords spend the Sylvaneth Triumph to re-roll their charge and succeed charging into the Wind Mage. Durthu succeeds his charge. The Lancers succeed their charge. Durthu roars the Wardens. The Tree Lord makes the Wardens fight last. The Kurnoth Hunters with swords pile in and destroy the Wind Mage. Durthu swings into the Wardens. The Wardens use all-out defense. All 5 remaining Wardens die. At the end of the turn, the Sylvaneth hold 1, 2, and more objectives and secure their battle tactic of gaining momentum for 5 points.
All right, so turn 2 for the Sylvaneth. I did get the double this time. Worked out a lot better in my favor. I was able to keep control of the center and the right objective here. I was able to kill
The Wind Mage.
the Wind Mage, which scored my battle tactic of gaining momentum. The unit of Wardens was wiped out by Durthu. And yeah, that's really about it. I teleported away. I'm in a pretty safe spot. A lot of my models are still pretty healthy. And I have a lot of pressure right now because I have a lot of models within the whole center stretch of the board. So
Yeah.
Jake's gonna have to start making some moves.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big turn. I think if I roll really well here and kill some stuff, it could be nice. Otherwise, the big thing I think with Lumineth a lot of the time is you lose 2 models or you lose 2 units and then you feel like you just have nothing left on the board.
Yes.
So it's like I have like almost I feel like I have nothing here. So a little bit scary, but you know, glass cannon. So I can pump out some damage here and actually make something happen. Could be really good. So we'll see what happens here. All my spells are going to go off, and I get to pick my battle tactics. So yeah, into Lumineth, bottom of turn 2.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Lumineth battle tactic is eye for an eye. Durthu succeeds heroic leadership. Teclis also succeeds heroic leadership. The Wardens cast a spell portal. The Caligrave successfully casts a purple sun. The Sentinels cast Power of Heesh on themselves. Teclis casts Lambent Light on the Tree Lord. Teclis casts Mystic Shield on himself. Teclis casts Protection of Teclis. Teclis casts Storm of Searing White Light, dealing 3 mortal wounds to the Spite Riders, 1 mortal wound to the Kurnoths with swords, 2 mortals to the Kurnoths with bows, and 2 mortals to the Warsong Revenant. The Purple Sun moves, but eats no models. The Spirit of the Wind moves to the right objective. The Wardens move up on top of the middle objective. The Sentinels move left behind the shrine. Teclis repositions himself back. Teclis shoots into the Tree Lord, dealing 4 damage. The Spirit of the Wind shoots into the Tree Lord, dealing 4 damage, leaving him at 1 wound. The Kurnoths use all-out defense, and the Sentinels use all-out attack. The Sentinels shoot into the Kurnoths with great swords, dealing 6 damage in total. At the bottom of the shooting phase, the Spirit of the Wind moves towards the Tree Lord. The Spirit of the Wind succeeds his charge, but fails to deal a mortal wound at the end of his charge. The Tree Lord succeeds in using Earth-Shaking Stomp, forcing the Spirit of the Wind to fight last. The Tree Lord swings into the Spirit. The Spirit uses all-out defense. The Tree Lord deals 1 damage. The Spirit of the Wind swings back and deals exactly 1 damage, finishing off the Tree Lord. The Lumineth Realm Lords succeed their battle tactic and hold 1, 2, and more objectives for 5 points.
Bottom of turn 2, wrapped up. What a fun turn, honestly. That was fun. I got all my spells off, which was great. My goal here was obviously to kill 1 unit because I took eye for an eye. But really what I wanted to do was just spread some damage, actually, which is sort of counter to what you want to do against Sylvaneth. But I wanted to just put pressure everywhere. And I really needed to kill the Tree Lord. I put Lambent Light on him. I popped him down to 1 wound. And unfortunately, I had to charge in my wind guy, my fox, which I didn't want to do. He was so close to dying in that back and forth. Yeah. But he pulled through in the end with exactly 1 wound on his weakest weapon. So missed the charge mortal, missed everything. He missed the fight last, or no, you got the fight last.
I got it. It was.
So I was sweating, man.
Yeah.
But it was good. Got him, killed him, got eye for an eye. I moved up here. Took control of this objective, kept control of this objective, threw the Purple Sun over there. Overall, I think I'm in an interesting place. If I get priority here, I'm in a really good place, I think. If I don't get priority here, I could, depending on how the dice go, be in a really bad place. So really, really need this priority.
Yeah, this is a really big turn here.
I think for both of us, either way, it's going to be, we need it. So this is very, very interesting here. But yeah, so I've got Teclis set up in a bad spot as well, not to be able to utilize the spell portal next turn, which sucks. But you know, got to keep the bubble there. That's just on me for positioning the spell portal poorly. But yeah, so into priority here.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh boy. Please. Oh,
that's
God.
A 5!
Oh!
So you get to take it.
I will take it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
What do I want to do here? So I'm going to make the Proving Ground this turn.
Do it.
Actually, I don't have my thing. I'm going to use one of these Kill Team tokens. And this will be it.
Okay.
That's the Proving Ground.
Fair enough.
I think I'm set up in a spot where I don't have to lose every single model in my army this turn, but we will see what happens. So into Sylvaneth. Turn 3.
Let's see if I can cast a spell this game.
All right.
Fingers crossed.
All right, here we go.
The center objective is marked as the Proving Ground. The Sylvaneth battle tactic is eye for an eye. The Warsong Revenant uses heroic leadership, and the Spirit of the Wind heals 2 wounds with heroic recovery. The Warsong Revenant attempts to unbind the Purple Sun, but fails, and Teclis unbinds the spell portal. The Warsong Revenant casts Wildwood, Spiteswarm Hive, and Mystic Shield, but all 3 spells are unbound. The Purple Sun moves and eats 1 Kurnoth Hunter with Greatsword. In the movement phase, the Tree Lord uses the Spirit Path and teleports to the center of the board. The Tree Revenants teleport onto the center objective. The second unit of Tree Revenants teleport onto the top left objective. The Kurnoth Hunters with bows travel through the Spirit Path towards the Spirit of the Wind on the right side of the map. The Dryads move on to the bottom right objective. The Kurnoth Hunter with a sword and the Spite Rider Lancers move towards the Wardens. The Kurnoth Hunter with bows shoot into the Spirit of the Wind. They use all-out attack, and the Spirit of the Wind uses all-out defense. Spirit of the Wind takes 8 damage total and dies. The Lancers, Kurnoths with swords, and Durthu all succeed their charges into the Wardens. Durthu roars. The Wardens drop their potion on the Kurnoth Hunter with sword, dealing 3 mortal wounds. The Wardens use their Aether Quartz. The Lancers swing into the Wardens, killing 6 models total. The Kurnoth with Greatsword swings into the Warden, killing 1. The Wardens swing back, dealing no damage. Durthu swings into the Wardens, killing the remaining 3. No models run from Battle Shock. The Sylvaneth succeed their battle tactic and hold 1, 2, and more objectives for 5 points.
Okay, so we said it last time around, last battle round. Whoever gets priority was going to be. It was going to be big. It was big. It was as big as it could have been. I pretty much got every charge off that I wanted to. Durthu, the Lancers, and my 1 remaining Kurnoth were able to make their charge, completely wiping out the Wardens, which I needed to do because this was picked as Proving Ground on the center objective. So, and then I teleported with my Revenants to this one, so I can make sure that Teclis does not do anything sneaky and try and snag this objective from me. The Dryads moved up, the Bows killed the Fox, and things are looking good. Things are looking really good for Sylvaneth right now. It was a really huge turn. Not only did I wipe out a lot, but the position I'm in right now, I have a lot of units that are hard to remove on the objectives, and Jake is running out of steam.
Yeah, super successful turn. I love that these Spite Rider Revenants are just little bases.
I apologize. Next time I'm on the channel, I will have more stuff done and painted.
They're just sitting over here on the table.
They're flying so high you can't even see them on the board.
That makes sense. I think that's fair.
We'll go with that.
That's fair. Yeah, going into this turn for me, it's going to be tough. To be honest, though, I'm in a position, I would say, where if I get the turn and I do enough damage this turn to set me up
For a double.
to take a double and take some stuff out, there could be a swing back. Purple Sun pops off. I still have my block of Sentinels, so I can probably consistently be like, we're killing that unit.
You've got the damage still.
Yeah, but it's a Lumineth thing. Like, you lose 2 units and you have feel like nothing's left.
Yeah.
Losing this Wind Fox dude was kind of actually bigger than I think I expected, because he gives in this list, I would say, something Lumineth always struggles with is castling and just kind of being there. He was kind of allowing me to have board presence across the map, being able to kind of grab objectives and be annoying. Which not having him here is going to force me to probably have to put something else where I don't want it to be. So we'll see what happens in this turn, but it's going to be kind of tough for me, I would say, to get a battle tactic or anything really at this point. But yeah, we'll see. Going into Lumineth bottom of 3.
The Lumineth battle tactic is outmuscle, and the tree revenants on the center proving ground are the chosen unit. Teclis uses heroic leadership. Durthu takes an extra unbind. The Warsong Revenant fails to dispel the Purple Sun. Teclis casts Storm of Searing White Light, dealing 1 mortal wound to the Kurnoth with sword, killing it, 1 mortal wound to Durthu, 2 mortal wounds to the Tree Revenants, killing 1 model, and 1 mortal wound to the Dryads, killing 1 model as well. Teclis casts Transportation Vortex on the Sentinels. Teclis casts Lambent Light on the Spite Rider Lancers. Teclis casts Protection of Teclis. The Sentinels cast Power of Heesh, but it is unbound. The Caligrave casts Speed of Heesh on Teclis. The Purple Sun moves, but it does not eat any models. Teclis moves 24 inches towards the top left objective. In the shooting phase, Teclis shoots into the Tree Revenants, dealing 6 damage. The Sentinels split their shots, shooting 10 shots into the Tree Revenants and killing the unit, securing the battle tactic, and 9 shots into the Spite Rider Lancers, dealing 3 damage. Teclis charges into the Tree Revenants on the top left objective. Teclis roars the Tree Revenants. Teclis uses all-out attack and kills 2 models. They swing back, but deal no damage to Teclis. In Battle Shock, no models run. The Lumineth Realm Lords secure their battle tactic and hold 1, but not more, objectives for 3 points total.
So, bottom of turn 3. Made some risky plays. I'm absolutely playing for the double right now. Got my battle tactic, which was outmuscle. I killed the Galatian veteran unit on the proving ground, which is solid. Got the 2 points there. Moved Teclis over to the left, did a huge charge, got him on the objective, and took out what I wanted to do, which was kill 2 models there and take out that unit. All good. On that front, took 1 objective. So I get 3 points this turn. I teleported my Sentinels over. Purple Sun is still up. I have Lambent Light on the unit I want it on in case I get doubled. I can reroll hits into their charges. Really, really up in the air here. I need this turn, I think. If I don't get this turn, I'm in a really bad place. But he could roll horribly, and it could still swing my way. So I'm feeling hopeful, but I don't know how hopeful I really should be right now. In a very, very overexposed and low defensive position. But this for me, I feel like this is how the game always ends up. I always end up having a block of Sentinels and Teclis at the end of the game, and they're flying around the whole map. Yep. So I don't really know. I should have expected this, but yeah. So 3 points for me there. Got out muscle. It's going to go into the priority roll. I don't know, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. Sylvaneth are playing on easy mode right now. I still have a good chunk of threats. I still have my Kurnoths with bows. Durthu relatively untouched. Only thing that can take him out is the Purple Sun, which I'm afraid of every day. But other than that, I'm feeling good. Whether I get the turn or not, I'm still feeling pretty comfortable. My Lancers, who are invisible, are still pretty much at full.
They're in stealth.
Yes. They're switching over to Night Hunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling fine.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's roll for priority. I'm changing my prio dice up this time.
I only have one set.
That is a 1.
And that's a 5.
All righty.
So I'm gonna take it.
All right. So into Sylvaneth, top of turn 4.
Maybe I'll get my first spell of the game off.
Maybe. We'll see.
Cool.
The Proving Ground is chosen to be the bottom right objective. The Sylvaneth battle tactic is desecrate enemy lands. Durthu fails heroic leadership, while Teclis succeeds. The Warsong Revenant fails to unbind the Purple Sun. The Warsong Revenant casts Summon Wildwood and Spiteswarm Hive, but both are unbound. The Warsong Revenant casts Mystic Shield. The Purple Sun moves but fails to eat any models. The Warsong Revenant auto-runs onto the top left objective. The Lancers move towards the Sentinel block. Durthu moves towards the Sentinel block. The Sentinels redeploy 1 inch. The Kurnoths with the bows move onto the center objective. The Kurnoths with the bows shoot into Teclis, dealing 0 damage. Durthu shoots into Teclis, dealing 0 damage. The Spite Rider Lancers charge into the Sentinels. The Sentinels unleash Hell. The Sentinels kill all of the Spite Rider Lancers, and gain an extra VP for killing an idle unit with an idle unit. Durthu charges, but fails both attempts into the Sentinels. The Tree Revenants swing into Teclis, dealing 0 damage. Teclis swings back and wipes the unit. The Sylvaneth hold 1, 2, and more objectives and secure their battle tactic for a total of 5 points. Lumineth gain 1 VP for killing an idol with an idol.
There we go.
Me? Oh yeah, that's right. My turn. Okay, so this turn did not go super well for me. I wanted to YOLO the bugs in, and I thought they could survive and unleash hell from the Sentinels. I was wrong. They died. And then Teclis also wiped out the last of my Revenants that were holding down that objective. Durthu failed his charge, but he's still getting the battle tactic here, so I'm not too sad about that. Overall, I got my 5 points, got my objectives. I still have a decent amount of models on the board to where I can play board control. So yeah, I'm curious on what's going to die now, and we're hoping for the best.
Yeah, I feel like this turn was not as bad as you put it out to be, just because you got your points.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
Point wise, I don't know how realistic it's going to be for me to get my battle tactic, or my grand strategy.
Yeah.
And it should be pretty easy for you.
Yeah, I've got a lot
think.
of good movement I can do still, so.
Yeah, so we'll see. Going into my turn here, I am going to take the battle tactic head-to-head,
Okay.
which is to kill that unit.
All right.
And yeah, we'll get into it. So Lumineth, turn 4.
The Lumineth battle tactic is head-to-head, and the target is the unit of Dryads on the Proving Ground at the bottom right. The Warsong Revenant uses his finest hour, and Teclis fails heroic leadership. The Warsong Revenant unbinds the Purple Sun. Teclis casts Spell Portal. Teclis casts Lambent Light on the Dryads through the Spell Portal. Teclis casts Teleportation Vortex on the Sentinels and Mystic Shield on himself. The Sentinels cast Power of Heesh, but are unbound. Teclis shoots into the Warsong Revenant, but misses. The Sentinels use all-out attack and shoot all of their attacks into the Dryads. The unit is deleted. The Lumineth Realm Lords hold 1 but not more objectives and score their battle tactic for 3 points.
Alrighty. So, bottom of turn 4, Lumineth gets head-to-head. I was able to teleport my Sentinels over here in a ward bubble with the Lore Seeker, not Lore Seeker, Paintbrush guy. He's in there. So they've got a ward bubble. I shot into the Dryads, killed them. Reason I did this puts me in a really, really rough spot, but I have to play for the double, I think, consistently here. Mm-hmm. I put them there. I get my my grand strategy. I killed all the battle lines, so that's good. That was probably the only chance that I was going to be able to get head-to-head. It frees up this objective. Now you have to teleport something there. Yep. Which is good or bad for me, depending on how that plays out and what the charges look like. But they're buffed up. They're in a good place. If I lose this turn, I still think I could potentially have some play, because right here you need to get people into my territory, and I took out pretty much all of your good mobility to get people there. Mm-hmm. So even if you do get the turn, I can always just move my guys back in, potentially denying the grand strategy. So it's going to be close, I think. It's going to be really close. This is potentially one of the closest games I've played in a while. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see where this goes, but into the priority roll, I think, right?
Yes.
So,
I mean, we'll see.
I don't know if this determines it. It comes down to the dice, I think.
You are 6 points down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
That's a 6.
6. Yep.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I think I am. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Yep. So I'm gonna take it. This. Yes.
Okay.
I will take it here. Alrighty. Into top of turn 5.
Excited.
The Lumineth battle tactic is gaining momentum, and the target is the Warsong Revenant. Durthu and Teclis both use their finest hour. The Caligrave casts Speed of Heesh on the Sentinels. The Sentinels cast Power of Heesh on themselves. Teclis casts Lambent Light on the Warsong Revenant. Teclis casts Howling Gale on the Warsong Revenant, denying commands to and from her. Teclis casts Assault of Stone on the Warsong Revenant, dealing 3 mortal wounds. Teclis casts Mystic Shield on himself. The Sentinels move up and tag the bottom right objective. The Kurnoths with bows redeploy 1 inch. Teclis shoots into the Warsong Revenant, dealing 4 damage, killing the Warsong Revenant, and gaining an extra VP for killing an idol with an idol. The Sentinels use all-out attack and shoot into the Kurnoth Hunters, killing 1 model. Teclis charges Durthu. Teclis roars and Durthu Titanic duels. Teclis swings into Durthu, dealing 6 damage. Durthu swings into Teclis, and Teclis uses his Aether Quartz for defense. Durthu deals 9 damage total to Teclis. Teclis attempts to use his Helon command ability, but fails as he cannot retreat against the Sylvaneth. The Lumineth secure their battle tactic and hold 1, 2, and more objectives. They also kill an idol with an idol for an extra VP, giving them 6 points at the end of the turn.
All right, so Lumineth, turn 5, top of the turn. I killed the Warsong Revenant, which is great for me. I killed it with a idol, so I got an extra point. So that's 2 total extra points for me this game. Unfortunately, I could not retreat, which I forgot about the Winterleaf thing. So I saved a command point so that I would be able to retreat at the end for the Helon thing with Teclis, but I couldn't. So he's just standing there in combat with Durthu, probably going to die and give Durthu a point here. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you forget stuff. But I took control of this objective, have that objective. I got 6 points that turn. Really what it comes down to, and what we're going to play out real quick here, is can Cody get his guys into my territory and get his grand strategy? He essentially needs to get here. I'm at 26 points after mathing everything out on my end. He is at 20 points total, so needs to get 7 points here on this turn. So how can that be done? We got to see. It's really going to come down to, I think, the rolls in this combat.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up being a tie.
That's what I think too.
I think that's the best I can do is a tie. I'm really regretting my charge now. I wish I had my Lancers, but you know that's what happens when you're having fun.
Everyone forgets the faction thing like this too. Same thing just happened to me. So we'll see what happens, and into Sylvaneth turn 5, bottom of the game.
Okay.
The Sylvaneth battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. Durthu and Teclis both succeed heroic leadership. The Kurnoth Hunters with bows move. The block of Sentinels redeploy 5 inches onto the middle objective and into the Lumineth deployment. Durthu shoots into Teclis, and Teclis uses all-out defense. Durthu deals no damage. The Kurnoths with bows shoot into the Sentinels. The Sentinels use their Aether Quartz for defense. The Kurnoths kill 2 Sentinels. In combat, Durthu swings into Teclis, but fails to kill him. This is essentially the end of the game. At the end of the turn, the Sylvaneth were unable to get into Lumineth deployment or score their battle tactic. They score 0 points in turn 5.
Bottom of the game, Cody. Yeah. Tell us what happened.
Let's just cut to the chase, okay? I lost. It was a brutal defeat. Durthu, I mean, sometimes he just doesn't, he just runs out of juice,
Yeah, he was tired, man.
He's running out of green monster and couldn't finish off Teclis. So that was the only way that I was really able to get a tie.
Everything hit on his combat attack.
Yeah.
He got his roar successful, but then only one
failed
went through.
Failed three ups, which happens. And unfortunately, what I forgot about is that Jake could redeploy his sentinels into this objective. So that was the way I was going to potentially win. But with that gone, that was the only objective I had left. So at best, I could.
And you had to move them there. Like, you really couldn't not. So, like, even if you moved them, like, right there, I still get it. I get to there's almost nothing you can do about that except hope I don't get that roll. So it's like...
Yeah, the best I could have hoped you was you just rolling a 1. That was the only the only play I had.
But I rolled a 5.
But yeah, with that being gone and Durthu not being able to kill Teclis, there was no way for me to get the amount of points I needed. So the Sylvaneth lost. But hey, it was still a really fun game. Definitely some really funny moments.
Extremely close, really, really fun match. I had a great time. How do you feel, I guess, like, into just like wrap up kind of conversation, how do you feel about the state of just the game in terms of grand strategies, all of that? Like, did you feel kind of bottlenecked at any point during this?
No. I mean, I lost, on my own. I don't feel like there's ever in Sigmar, like, ever a situation where you auto lose. I mean, the only thing like really to complain about is like the grand strats for Sylvaneth are not very good. But I mean, other than that, I mean, no, the state of the game is good. The Sylvaneth book is really strong. This is not my final list for the GT. My other one is going to drop the bows and include an additional 6 or an additional 3 Lancers. So
Speaking of which, we'll both be at the GT, so if you're there.
Yeah, so maybe we can get some coverage there. But still really fun. Just really fun game. I don't really have much to say.
I've been saying the same thing pretty consistently with most of the games I've been playing too, is like grand strategies, I think right now are in a weird place because they don't feel good, but they do a really good job of like making you think about turn 5 at the end. Where am I going to be? Like here, I really had to focus on actually killing those units to get that grand strategy. And like especially against Sylvaneth, that's not really the unit I want to be shooting, right? Or I want to be in combat with. They're chaff, right? Here, maybe, I don't know, had you been thinking about, I need to make sure I have those guys in that area at the end of the game, move slightly different, maybe that puts you in a better position to not drop it. I don't know, but I think it's interesting how most of the games I've been playing now have been coming really, really down to that 3 points at the end, and are you playing towards that? Because, we've been saying, battle tactics are kind of simple. I don't think either of us dropped one the whole game, So
they definitely require more work to do.
They require more high-level reading skills.
Yeah. So, which I mean,
I can't do.
That's pretty tough for me.
That's why I have this. Which I actually think I'm going to make a video about this just to post these, so people can find it, because it's so much easier when you have them in simple English, But yeah, overall great game. I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
Can't wait to have you back playing Aaron at some point.
Yes,
that'll be good. And let Aaron get all tilted. But cool, awesome, good game. I get to let Cody leave my house now because I've been keeping him captive here.
I'm set free.
Don't forget, he's got an Instagram with his painting on it, so
yes,
check it out.
You can follow me on at Cody's Miniature Art. I also have a TikTok, but I don't post on that. But if you like funny videos, that's what I do. But
speaking of creepiness, I found him on TikTok, and that's how we became friends.
Yeah.
Because he posted the local Games Workshop store, and I was like, bro, that's the local Games Workshop.
Yep.
I have to find this person now.
It's really funny how that worked out.
Very creepy on my end, but it is what it is. But cool, yeah. I'll put the links in the description for both of those too, so you can go down and check it out. But all right, get out of my house.
See you next time.
Bye.